This is an absolutely ferocious defense. Holy shit. This is a battle. I fucking love it. But as I say that, though, looks like does not see that there's a guy on top of the tank. Yeah, a little bit more situational. Hello, everybody. Here, let me get make sure my stuff is totally on the green screen. Anyways, good morning, and or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on wherever you are at. Of course, I am Colonel Matthews with the 10th Mountain Division, and today we have quite a matchup. One that I think is going to be just as interesting as I hope. Two very good teams, one of them a little bit more established than the other, but the other team is definitely no slouch, as they have proved last week. So, of course, right at the start, this is going to be DC versus FOC. I think it's going to be a fantastic match. Like I said, both teams kind of putting the HLL scene on notice. DC, of course, very good in their own right. Of course, this season in the HCA, they're teamed up with Raptors, which I believe Raptors are a collection like some guys from like former Blacklist, among some other groups, predominantly French. I could be wrong though. If you are a Raptors guy tuning in on this, definitely let me know the origins of Raptors. So that way I'm a little bit better prepared when all this stuff kicks off. But yeah, so DC, kind of known as one of the European powerhouses of Hell Let Loose. Their name usually gets brought up in conversation amongst like one of the better clans of Hell Let Loose. Kind of along the likes of Core, WTH, 1/16th Greyhounds. Of course, I'm probably leaving some teams off, but there's so many European Hell Let Loose clans. But yeah, like I said, a little bit more well established. And what I got from Quick Nicks when I messaged him about casting this match was that they wanted Remagen and FOC with the double ban will not play DC on their home turf. Speaking of Remagen, last week DC actually played on Remagen. They beat Glow's 13th and Void. Another up-and-coming kind of team, which actually had a really good match yesterday. Was really pumped to watch that replay as that played out. But DC did beat them 5-0 on, a map that's pretty difficult to 5-0 people on. Even though the midpoint was the bridge, the most balanced of the three. DC was still able to push ahead and ultimately claim victory. But yeah, so DC, very good team, up towards the top, the Hell Let Loose, Hell Let Loose kind of ecosystem, as I should say. But then we get to FOC, and FOC, I believe they're a Chinese team. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're a Chinese team looking at some of these names. But they're kind of a bit of an unknown. Kind of came out of the woodwork last week. A lot of people weren't too sure about FOC. The only guys that really were other Chinese clans. Talking about like Alpha, Evo, Trigger. Those are the guys that have kind of shed some more light in the seasonal chat. Which I totally forgot to say that. This is the Hell Let Loose Seasonal, the Fall Seasonal. First stage, week 2. So both of these teams are kind of vying for a spot to play in the main tournament. But anyways, back to FOC. One thing that's very interesting about these Chinese clans is, it seems like all of them are pretty good. All of them like seem to have their thumb on the pulse. None of them really, are bad, it seems like, in any sense. But with FOC, last week they beat OPBHB on St. Mary Glees, and they 5-0'd them in about 50 minutes. So, anybody who knows who OPBHB is knows that, they're a pretty solid group. Of course, in the HCA, with 20th and 10th, we played them. We got 5-0 in about 55 minutes or so. So, we know how good they are. But to see a team that's kind of an unknown come in and quickly dispatch a team that's, well established, kind of opened up some eyes. And that's what, had a lot of the Hella Loose community kind of surprised that, a team that's relatively unknown can just come in and dominate in week one. But yeah. So hopefully I'm doing both teams justice. Looks like players are starting to, hop into the servers. Looks like Quick Nicks is wondering. So I don't know. We'll figure all that out. So it looks like there's a little bit of confusion as to who's on what side. Oh, never mind, he's gone. But yeah, as far as what I think's gonna happen, I mean, I hate throwing these kinds of predictions out there. I don't want to discredit either team. Because obviously both of these teams to get where they are, DC definitely has the reputation. Definitely have established themselves as one of Hella Loose's kind of upper teams, like higher echelon of teams. While FOC, like I said, they're still relatively unknown. So, still waiting on, this is a chance for them to have their coming out party. If they come out here and they put, DC, they put DC on blast, come out and kind of shock the world, then, we might have another Hella Loose powerhouse on our hands. But then if DC wins, it's kind of, to be expected, quote unquote. And like I said, I'm saying that with no disrespect to FOC. It's just DC is a little bit more, it seems like they've been around the block a little more. But like I said, FOC last week, if you're gonna beat up on OPBHB that badly, that quickly, you are a very damn good team. So, it looks like they finally gave me admin cam. It's all good. I don't mean to talk smack or anything, but it did take a little longer than I'd like, but it is what it is. These guys are doing a lot of stuff, getting all these matches and stuff organized. But yeah. So I guess my prediction here. So I guess my prediction, I think DC is going to come out on top. Although it wouldn't surprise me if FOC made it if it ended up being 3-2, DC Raptors kind of takes the first point and then, either holds it or FOC kind of challenges stuff. I have my man Quick Nicks messaging me. Let me message him. So, join the squad of Billy Matthews. Oh, yeah. I always do enjoy the little it's almost a pregame trying to figure out all right, which squad's the caster going to? But yeah, I think this is gonna be a lot closer than people suspect. I can see, a 3-2, maybe a 4-1 if DC's really, if they really got all the gears turning. Because I think FOC, like one thing about Chinese clans is they always kind of have their thumb on the pulse as far as like metas and stuff go. Um, and like watching FOC, like their combined arms last week, they had like 2 or 3 Panthers. Like you would see like a pair of Panthers always together making their way down the field and always linking up with infantry as they pushed. So, for OPBHB, it was very tough to handle. They did get some, 76s up that put in some work. But at the same time, FOC's combined arms, like they had really good arty callouts, it seemed like. That's going to be really tough to overcome for anybody. And, DC, it's going to be tough. But if anybody can do it, I have my money on DC. But man, FOC, they have the potential to be the boogeyman of the fall seasonal. So looks like everybody is just about to get in. Currently 49 v 44. So just waiting on the last few guys. For those of you who don't know, the match will be taking place on Sainte Marie du Mont. At least that was the voted upon map. Looking here in the pregame, though, I see the servers on Foy. So, going to be very interesting. Yeah, it's like, it's 9 in the morning where I'm at. I'm on East Coast, so had to wake up nice and early to get ready to stream this one. But, yeah. Final prediction, I don't really danced around that a lot. Final prediction, I'd say DC with a score of 3-2. Because I think FOC, they're going to make it very tough. And I think they're going to kind of show the Hell Let Loose community that they're not messing around. So, definitely going to be an interesting battle for sure. So, and we're going to be here for it. So, definitely looking forward to it. So, thank you guys. Anybody who's been tuning in. Battle should be starting here soon. I'm probably going to be doing a lot of these seasonal matchups. There is an 18v18 tournament I'm trying to get into, casting wise. There's also an Australian tournament coming up, trying to get into casting wise. So, yeah, should be a damn good match. It should be a damn good time. So if you guys, if I totally don't, stink up the place, definitely consider a like, a follow, or whatever. Because there will be more Hell Let Loose competitive coming down the pike. Man, that's some damn good coffee. So let's see what's going on here. But like I said, it looks like it's currently 49 v 45. So just waiting on the last few guys to get in here. I guess let me know your guys' predictions. It is on a 30-minute delay, the stream is, and that of course is to, maintain competitive integrity between the teams. It's kind of to make sure that people aren't stream sniping while playing the game. Because it would be kind of BS to like just hop on a stream and see where the enemy team's Garys and stuff are, or like nodes or anything like that. So obviously it's a 30-minute delay. Won't be able to interact with the chat so much, but it kind of is what it is. So you want these matches to be as fair as possible, and in order to make that happen, it has to be some kind of delay. But yeah, let me know who you think's gonna win. In the chat now. Of course, the battle will be, roughly roughly a half hour late. It'll be like a half hour to the battle of like when I'm reading this. But I will say before this all kicks off, looks like teams are really starting to get in here now. It's currently 50v47. I will say, thank you to a lot of you who showed up last week. Of course, I had Knoppers on the stream, taking care of, Easy versus Chimera. Of course, we saw an absolutely quick beatdown of Easy. Chimera really took it to him. But I had a huge amount of chat interaction, a lot of follows. A lot of people really helping to support this. So I just want to say before the match really kicks off, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for getting me to Twitch affiliate. It's huge. Can't really thank you guys enough. So, this past week I've really been feeling the love from the Hella Loose community. So, once again, you guys totally awesome. So, thank you guys very much. So hopefully we can keep it going. Like I said, there's probably going to be a lot of stuff coming as far as Hella Loose competitive. Probably going to be streaming some 10th Mountain stuff. If you guys want to see what my clan's like. Might even do some playthroughs. Just some Hella Loose pubbing. This guy's kind of the limit. So, it's going to be awesome. If you guys want to join me for the ride, feel free to hit me with a follow. You don't got to sub to me if you don't want. I'm totally cool with whatever you guys want to do. But, yeah. We're slowly getting this battle started. It's 50v48. Oh, man. Wow. Yeah, eventually we'll get this thing started. But oh man. Now we play the waiting game. So yeah, and it's still on Foy. This shit's hilarious. And then I don't like doing this. I know it seems like a lot of these competitive matches you'll see guys like dropping airstrikes and stuff over HQs and stuff. All right. Even though it's a half hour late, PTI is Free Soldier. Good morning, BMAT. Hoping for a good match. I'm hoping for a good match too. Like I said, I think, man, I think it's gonna be wild. I'm really convinced, and I mean, maybe I'm gonna eat these words later. But I think FOC is gonna kind of shock the world a little bit. Still picking DC Raptors. I'm so sorry. Still picking DC to win this one. But I think FOC is gonna kind of, FOC is gonna kind of show the world that they're legit. So, like I said, I'm thinking DC probably 3-2. Maybe 4-1 if all the parts are working properly. They get like their combined arms and stuff. So still waiting. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a damn good match today, for sure. It's gonna be awesome. So But still 50 v. Now it's 49 v 48. The guy from DC left. These guys are getting fed up. Man, this is we're currently 8 minutes past what was agreed upon as far as match time. So, oh man, we'll I guess eventually we'll get there. But and the map was flipped. It's still it's 49 v 48. Guys are asking if it's going to be live or not. They're saying assume yes. Okay, it's not live. Okay. So I guess they're going to do a couple flips. Oh yeah, my man Schmitzkatzi. Probably totally butchering that. I don't know German. But yeah, he's actually the organizer of, or one of the organizers of HLL Fall Seasonal. Thank you very much for tuning in, man. You know, it's gonna be a blast. So let me practice for this. Let me look for Billy. Yeah, let's do this. All right. It's not live. I'm just kind of messing around. But it has flipped to the proper map. It is Saint Marie du Mont. But yeah. Let me hop into the admin cam. So I don't know, I guess we'll kind of see what's cooking here. So I guess we'll talk about the map a little bit. Because like I said, I'm not sure if they're gonna be flipping sides, doing whatever. So let's hop on over to that. Let me get rid of the scoreboard real quick. So Saint Marie du Mont, I think this is a fantastic map. You know, a lot of really dense hedgerows. You know, there are a lot of open fields and stuff you have to contend with. But these points are very good. Like AA Network, I think it kind of favors the Axis a little bit. Their approach coming in from the south, you know, especially this area has a lot more cover than the Allies really do, pretty much any way they approach. The Allies do have this little wheat field they can use, and definitely expect to see, you know, some push coming in, trying to take control of this compound. So this, you know, trench and hedge area is going to be very vital. Like I said, they said it was not live. Looks like DC's not. DC's ready for it anyway. But yeah, if for whatever reason, if this ends up being live, all right. Like I said, I think AA Network's a fantastic point. You know, I would expect to see, like I said, an allied push massing in this courtyard, pushing their way down. You know, some guys making their way through the wheat field. You know, pushing their way down in here. Here, let me actually turn the sound on. But, you know, definitely expect a front line like here and here pushing down for the Allies. The Axis, they can get a little bit more straight in there, but this area is very, you know, right here you got a lot of wooded area. This is an open field. This is a nice little, you know, wheat field to push through. And it looks like they're just going for it. Very interesting turn of events. Had some guys saying it was live, saying it wasn't live. But yeah, real quick, Le Grand Chemin and Rue de la Guerre are the Allied points. Of course, Allies are the guys in red. Saint Marie du Mont in the fields in blue for the Axis. So, of course, DC, they are Axis. Looks like, you know, DC got all their nodes up. They are ready to rock. So let me get rid of the map. Let me pop up the scoreboard. And I guess let's get right into it. So, Arsena looks way in the back. Or, no, that's not a looks. That's probably a Stewart. Way in the back, you know, getting some snipes off. FOC starting some cap progress. Looks like they are really strong to the northwest. DC already answering, though. And man, we see these teams getting ready to clash. FOC going pretty much heavy on the strong point here. We got plenty of stuff blowing up. Looks like DC having a little bit of a wider approach. Like I said, DC are the boys in blue. FOC mostly going for midpoint domination. So looking at this map, one Gary up. Commander's going to get up another. There we go. You know, you're going to see this front line kind of envelop the point, but FOC is really heavy right in here. But, man, it's going to be a blast. Oh, boy. This is where it all comes down to, folks. Zooming out just a little bit. You know, Lux is right here. He's posted up. Got a nice little spot. Like I said, you know, this area right up here, they got a mark on it. This is going to be a vital area for the Allies to try to push in and take. You can see, you know, FOC has some forces here. You know, looking at the rest of the map, though, DC really coming in strong. They are getting some guys into the point. You know, Thorpe, Winston, Wasabski. Totally butchered that. I'm sorry, my man. Yeah, these guys finally starting to get, you know, finally starting to get strong point supremacy here. But FOC though, they got some outposts. They're making some shit happen. But I mean, look at this blue wave. DC looking really strong, gaining this position that the Allies really want. You know, looking decent around the strong point. They got 2 tanks rolling up. Guys dominating the west side of the map. Even have a squad lead pushing, probably to get some position on Rue de la Guerre. So I mean, this could be nuts. DC might be able to get like a quick flip here, but FOC though, they're not giving up quick. I mean, this is a battle. Oh. I mean, this is mayhem, and I love it. Just these few guys from FOC just hanging on for dear life. Oh my. That was beautiful. Looks like... Oh, that OP's still up. Check that out. Might probably get some more guys spawning in here, getting in. And here they come. So, Thorpe, though, looking like he's answering that push. Pretty much nukes the entire squad. Be nice to see a grenade or something on that outpost. But DC with a strong opener. FOC not going away, though. But, man. Yeah, really strong showing from DC. I mean, they have total supremacy. You know, this compound that you really want to gain, you know, they're pushing out from. You know, strong points looking pretty spicy, you know, for DC. And it looks like Queen Squad, you know, he might be trying to get a guy on him to get a Gary up to push Rue, and they're already dropping supplies. In fact, let me get rid of the scoreboard real quick so you can see the resources. They do have enough for a heavy, you know, looking pretty good. They got plus 60, got all their nodes up. So, and just like that, you know, the point flips. So now it's 3-2 DC. But do not expect FOC to go quietly into the good night. You know, but I do expect DC to start pushing up, start taking ground. You know, they know there's a garrison somewhere in this area, so I would definitely expect some guys to start pushing, start taking some shit out. And Horton Ho, he's already on the board of the map. He's gonna get this Gary up here to get pressure on Rue. He's probably gonna get one up here. Queen Squad, Sneaky's probably gonna get one up here. So start getting that pressure on Rue. Because I mean, you can see FOC, they are coming in hot and heavy. I mean, they have a really nice, wide, thick front line. pushing back into AA network. You can just see the sea of red with flares going up. Although the Arty squad, that's not me pinging, but the Arty squad getting some good pings. Looks like they're going to be clapping some cheeks here. But man, we're gonna see like this low level fighting everywhere. Oh, did you see that round? Man, so both teams already is just dialed in right now. This is glorious. This is amazing. See what's going on here. And there are some guys already pressuring this garrison. So let's back away from the big fight, see what's going on over here. You know, like I said, we can see some DC guys starting to push north, but they are, you know, these FOC guys are kind of surrounding them. If they just turn around, they could see these guys starting to push onto Rue de la Guerre. Yeah, it's literally just like two dudes. It's just two guys from FOC, you know, starting to light this up. You know, like right in here, they're going to start, you know, pressuring this garrison. And, you know, this garrison's awesome because guys can spawn in on it, push a little bit south, and probably wipe some OPs. And then, of course, turn around and push Rue de la Guerre. But FOC, though, we see some outposts and stuff going out, you know, west of A network. So, this is what I mean. FOC, they might start sniffing some of this stuff out. Like Rod Director, he's coming in on it. And now he's on it. Wonder if Bliker's going to do anything about it. Gary goes down. Director, oh my god. Gets the Gary and a kill. Of course, gets traded on real quick. That's what I mean. You're going to see FOC. They're going to make some plays like this. You know. And it looks like pressure on A network's been kind of dissipated a little bit. So, DC quickly, you know, taking some ground, quickly kind of regaining their initiative here. But, like I said, don't expect FOC to be, you know, chilling out on this attack here. Unless DC can mount some pressure, you know, start getting some cap progress on Rue de la Guerre, you know, expect FOC to just keep on pushing like these two squares, maybe even a little wider. But man. Oh shit. Sorry, I had a bug flying in front of my face, so sorry if you guys just heard me clap for a sec. The random stuff that happens. But yeah. And we see, you know, DC just pounding this area with Arty. You know, probably a enemy garrison in this area, so whoever's on the guns, which I guess is my squad since I'm seeing these pings. You know, expect them to be clapping cheeks pretty much this entire game. But A network looking pretty docile right now, so let's scoot on over here, see what's going on. Looks like DC, they're amassing a push. You know, Soul Raver, Thorpe, Henry Jekyll, you know, Core, Paramax and company, they're pushing up the road. Because that little garrison that was, you know, in this area we saw get taken out, and FOC even got the Gary over here. You know, obviously that shit's way too hot, so this one that's a little bit over a grid square back, you know, we're going to see DC trying to push up this road. But it looks like FOC's ready to answer, though. I mean, they got guys kind of lining the road, ready to stop DC in their tracks here. But man. Yeah, FOC playing the defensive battle pretty strong. You know, marching out and kind of meeting DC face to face. You know, because now, like, all these guys they got wiped and they had to spawn back at this Gary. But we're going to see FOC just continue to push down this road here. You know, and this outpost is even hot over here. So, you know, we're seeing a great job. We're seeing FOC do like an amazing job of kind of boxing DC out. Like, you know, this area, this cap border that's right between Rue de la Guerre and A Network and what would be Pierre's Farm. Like, FOC is kind of dominating this area, and it's making it really hard for DC to push up. You know, now Baker's Outpost going warm. That's our boy Ninja Pulver. So, I mean, like I said, like, this whole area is going to be dominated by FOC guys. It's going to be tough for DC to really push past that. And we even have some FOC guys over here on the map border. But taking a little zoom in over the front line. We do see a rocket snipe go out. I love seeing these. I just want to... Doesn't get any kills with it, though. But that is one thing that DC is really good at. Oh, here comes another. Oh. Nukes the Western gun. That's going to be happening all game, guaranteed. You know, they're gonna get their rocket boys up. They have A network. You know, and the Panzerschreck, it has I believe a 950 meter distance or meter range. So, you know, they're already parked up around A network, just popping rockets in that point. And we do see a Stewie up here, or I guess no, that'd be a Lux for the Axis. You know, looks like he's taking out stuff, you know, inside of enemy HQs. So not uncommon in, you know, competitive play. I know a lot of pub servers, you know, usually have like a recon only and HQ rule, but you know, that is no such thing in comp. Yeah, we're slowly just seeing DC kind of pushing from point to point. FOC, though, we can see there's a lot of guys, you know, just southwest of Rue de la Guerre, you know, ready to meet them as they push. So that's one thing about FOC. It seems like they have guys like right where they need them. So yeah, damn good battle so far. So taking a look around, looks like some recon sneaking around. They're gonna get around that Gary, probably light it up. So I guess real quick, let's take a look at resources. I know my DC guys love their resources. So we have, looks like one set of each node has been taken out for DC. They do almost have enough fuel for a heavy. They're still packing a medium. Probably like to see that get swapped out for a heavy at some point. Do they even have any heavy spawned? Okay, that's another light. Not really seeing any heavies on the battlefield. And their medium just got blown up. So we'll probably see a heavy pop out here soon. But man. Yeah, I don't know. I think, no. Yeah, so I imagine there'll be a heavy out on the battlefield. Kind of weird seeing Germany not have Panthers. I mean, unless FOC's been taking them out, I'm just not seeing. And there was a heavy that was just spawned. Yeah, it's going to be a Panther for sure. So, yeah, looking decent. They did lose, looks like a node each. So, yeah, it's going to be, you'd like to see an engineer get back there and replace all this stuff. But, you know, probably shouldn't derail DC too much. So, anyways, let's get back into the battle. Oh, that RD strike. Dude, that's gonna be the entire game. Like, DC's already is just madness. Like, I think in the HCA, the match against Trigger that played on Remagen, they might have like set the world record for, you know, most RD kills in a game or something wild. Which I think that record originally belonged to Core. But man, look at this garrison layout. You know, they got 7 that I can see, supplies for another. Like, A network is looking safe. So this is going to be really hard for FSC to really come back from. And DC, you know, we see them just slowly pushing up the front line. You know, now they're, you know, we see them in this area. You know, they're already at the, you know, the red blue line, getting some guys starting to push this compound with arty support. So, but FOC looks like they're right there to challenge them though. You know, they have some guys in the key spots around Rue de la Guerre. Wouldn't be surprised if I see an airhead at some point, but you know, it looks like FOC is not making it easy on them. But man. Definitely looking like a hell of a battle. And yeah, DC, they're just, honestly, yeah, if you're them, you just push. You just, you know, form your front line, get from point to point. It's pretty much all you can do. Like I said, unless you can put like some kind of airhead. Looks like they did drop supplies up here. So I wouldn't be surprised if George Squad Lead tries to get over here and get something up. But man. Let's get down some POVs real quick. I did get an interesting question in chat. I know chat's a half hour late. Do you know how to apply to join a team? I really want to try and find a team to play in. Honestly, go to the Hell Let Loose Discord. Look up PC Divisions Recruitment. You'll see tons of units like putting up like Discord links and stuff. You know, join a Discord. You know, join a couple. See which one, you know, fills your vibe. You know, see which one is the best fit, and then go from there. That's probably my best advice for you, my man. Sorry that this this advice is hitting you a half hour late. Yeah, sorry. I love getting questions like that. But yeah, battles. This is probably gonna be it for. Someone else already put that. Intrepidus Tyler, thank you very much for answering that question. But yeah, we're probably gonna see this battle right here on this red-blue line. You know, as this develops. Looks like these guys are getting stuck in. FOC, you know, getting some trades, getting some stuff happening. And they're having a surge from over here. And of course, you know, German Panthers over here. Oh man, they're coming in strong. Some machine gun fire taking out snipers and stuff though. And the Allies, they're rolling in the 76. So, let's see if this guy can make some noise. But, man. And that surge of dudes looks like they kind of got wiped. But, man, we are... Like I said, this is... just a stalemate right now. Just in this area. Like, guys from DC can't push Rue. Guys from FOC can't push A network. I mean, this is crazy. But, I mean, they sure are trying. Looks like FOC is gaining a little bit of momentum. Panther taking a shot, though. Let's see if this Panther can survive. Catches a ricochet. I'm not sure if he knows where the 76 is. 76 gonna get him. Oh, catches around. Enemy tank is called out. Oh man, Ernest, Curdy, and Chris Carso from DC and the Panther. Chris Carso gets out to repair. I love seeing this little mini game of like, you know, how teams repair their tanks. Yeah, do they have tank sims? Oh, we can see that 76 over there. He gets the Panther. Oh no. That's a huge loss for DC. So I think that was their only Panther that was on the battlefield. So like, let's look at, you know, take the scoreboard off for resources. Using the Encourage, they got the third node up. Awesome. They have 370 for fuel. So I'm not seeing any Panthers or anything. So the fact that that 76 took out the Panther, you know, that's huge. Like, if anything, FOC, they should be aggressive right now because they know. Actually, hold up. There's another Panther. Okay, so don't let me get too carried away. Oh, man. But, yeah, so there's another Panther. Not the end of the world if you're DC. But I just wanted to point that out because I knew they were kind of not low on fuel, but didn't have like a surplus of it. But man, that's... so they do have another Panther up. It's pretty much the roundabout way of getting there. And also DC does get a Gary up on the map border, but Queen Squad Lead just got murked right there. Although we are seeing some progress, you know, in the western part of the map. It looks like FOC is probably pulling security around their point. So let's get on the map real quick. See exactly what the hell's going on. Panther did just take something out. Totally missed that fight. Let's actually see what that was. Did I miss that? Oh boy. So I think something else is shooting at this Panther. Maybe the 76 has some eyes on him. Or he's just shooting at random stuff. It looks like that Panther did get a kill. Oh, something's shooting at him though. Wondering what that is. Whatever it is, he's shooting through smoke. But yeah, look at this little push. DC though, you know, they see that the direct fight isn't working, so now they're gonna start doing a little flanky flank. So, and I am paranoid of like attaching the camera to players because the streamer curse on my stream is always so intense. So I'm just not gonna do that. Yeah, we do see Truma and Ninja Pulver, 2 squad leads pushing up. Sounds like there's a tank. Yeah, 76. That's actually the same one that nuked the Panther earlier. Yeah, it's Bella Chow, ADF, and Great Wall. Very accurate mark by the commander on the tank where she's pulling out of there. But yeah, we're seeing DC, you know, they're sweeping in from the west side of the map. Like, looking at this, like, this right here, right in front of me, this is the compound that, you know, FOC was using to push A network. Now, DC have totally owned this area, and we're going to see this, you know, swinging like a door. You know, you got your tight little hinge area, and these units are all going to be pushing, you know, wide of that. Probably moving down the 3, possibly the 2. But it looks like these guys are meeting a little bit of resistance, or at least they were. Axel's over here. They probably killed a guy out of that truck, so FOC kind of knows they're coming. But yeah, so let's zoom in over here and see what happens. And there's a 76 over there. That's a different 76. And this is the same 76 we just saw, so FOC has 2 76s on the battlefield. So it's going to be difficult for DC to do anything, really. And DC still has their 1 Panther up. Get rid of the scoreboard real quick. They do have 700 fuel, so they could spawn another. But yeah, I mean, FOC, they might be able to hold off this little infantry push. And we are seeing some guys, although Queen just got iced, but we are seeing some guys spawn in and push. So very interesting little place here. Where's the 76? Like I said, this one we saw take out the Panther before. And then his buddy somewhere over here. Yep, there he is. And they had a repair station too that got nuked. Man. Yeah, this is... and that... You know, that little tight flank right here just got nuked. Although they're getting an anti-tank gun up. and calling in smoke on the tank. Interesting. Not sure if that's DC smoke or if that's, well, my squad's the arty squad and they just put a ping down, so I'm gonna guess and say it's DC smoke. Which if that's the case, that's, you know, next level combined arms. Steven, though, taking out Kafia, not sure how to pronounce that, in the smoke. Heard a plane, so I want to see what's flying overhead. Puma just got nuked. Probably ran into the wrong tank. But yeah, we're seeing... I mean, looking at this from big picture real quick. You know, we are seeing DC just slowly kind of envelop FOC real quick. You know, even though these guys, yeah, they're meeting some pressure right now. You know, they're meeting some resistance. Guys from FOC are pushing out. You are kind of seeing like a box forming. You know, from the ENF line to the 4-5 line. You know, they're slowly just hemming in FOC. Although FOC might try to break out over here. In fact, let's get over there. See what this sniper's doing. I don't know Chinese, so I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. Yeah, he just gets ice. Alright, never mind. But, yeah. And a decently accurate mark for a Gary. Damn, okay. Yeah, like I said, we're just seeing, you know, one team just get a little bit enveloped. They are fighting their ass off to not get enveloped. Like, Fox had an OP up here that got wiped. But you're going to see DC try to, like, box them in and eventually win position and take out Rue de la Guerre. But Rue de la Guerre, of course, is right in front of us. Boom. Right here. And kind of looking at it from, you know, the strong point itself. You know, kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. You know, those forces that we see, these are the guys that are on the map border. Okay, they're going to keep pushing up, probably try to wipe this Gary, gain this positioning over here. Right in front of us to the south-southwest. You know, that's all these guys right in here. You know, kind of forming the front line between the 2 points. And then looking over here, you know, this is straight west. That's these guys that are over here. You know, starting to gain positioning around cattle sheds, you know, in these wheat fields. Which the tanks are kind of doing their best to prevent from happening, but, you know. And it looks like FOC, they're winning the gunfights to kind of do this. So, let's see what's going on over here. You know, some close-in action. I mean, just look at this. Just letting the battle breathe there for a minute, you know, as some guys from FOC, Chris and Manhunk, deciding to message me. But let me message you back real quick. I'm gonna do it on Discord though. But yeah, just seeing the DC wave kind of overwhelm them a little bit. Hold up. Let me... just that way it doesn't bug me anymore during all this. But yeah. You can see DC just kind of starting to take ground. You know, this little vital defense right here. You know, once again, getting the frontline guys pushing towards Rue de la Guerre. But although, I mean, it seems like the numbers keep getting thinned out a little bit. And we are seeing FOC trying to keep these guys at bay over here, you know, along the map border. And just like that, I mean, the big force that was just southwest of Rue de la Guerre, pushing frontline to frontline, gets wiped. So, this is kind of where the battle's hinging right now. Watching these FOC guys kind of try to hold their own against the DC onslaught. We do have a guy on the glider, you know, popping some MG fire. Honestly, he needs to just keep that up. But DC slowly making progress. Like I said, they need to just keep grinding right here. I am kind of disheartened to see this flank kind of deteriorate over here. But, in fact, let's see if FOC is making some moves over here. Keep saying over here. It's probably chill with that. Yeah, Sirius and Ghost Recon. Looks like some enemy tanks, some allied tanks are starting to kind of win this flank back. Wouldn't be surprised if FOC gets something up over there. But man, look at this. DC just keeps on coming. Like, all these guys are eventually gonna overwhelm. But DC is real Spartans. The real Vadi. Yeah, I mean, DC's kind of proving it right now. I mean, look at this. These guys are slowly just taking ground. And this is kind of what I thought was going to happen. You know, FOC was going to make DC earn every inch, but, you know, DC's good enough to where, like, they are earning these inches. Probably sounded a little wrong, but it is the truth of the matter. But man, yeah, DC trying to get it, but FOC meeting them every step of the way. You have a bomber coming in. That's a DC bombing run. Gonna catch a friendly with that, my man Steven. Well, it doesn't look like that bomber run's really gonna get a whole lot. And Steven survives. Yeah, that bomber gun really didn't get a whole lot. Although the next point is flashing. Rue de la Guerre is flashing. And it is starting to get captured. So if you're FOC, I mean, DC kind of coming right up the gut. But tons of FOC guys right in this area that I'm circling, you know, moving their way in from cattle sheds. We can see these guys starting to get back to the point. I'm wondering if DC is going to be able to kind of box them out. But might have a cap here. Let's see if FOC can answer here. It's flashing. Now it's getting decapped. FOC answering the call. I do see a green grape in the background. If I may, I don't know what he's doing. The capture progress back on. But here, what's going on beneath me? Yeah, once again, this area right along the cap border is still contested. FOC still keeping some guys over here. Wondering if Amp and Fluff are going to make some noise. It looks like they did just nuke that garrison that was right here. So FOC is slowly losing spawn points, but still have some dudes up to win trades. And FOC with a nice, healthy, like, spawn wave over here. Man, just look at this. Guys getting traded. Elwar getting traded. I mean, absolutely staunch defense by FOC. You know, just when DC looked like they were going to break through and finally, you know, make this a 4-1, FOC said hell no. Right here, we did have some tank-on-tank action. We have a Panther here. They have a 76 over in the distance. Still the same guys as before, Bella Chow, ADF, and Great Wall. So, looking like these Panthers are giving a run for their money by these 76s. So, actually, let's check in on the 76, see what's going on over here. He is pushing up. He's playing aggressive. My man is smelling the blood in the water. And my man's leading the charge. Gets one hit from the Panther. Takes out the Panther, though. That was an awesome example of knowing when to be aggressive. You know, the 76, he got a hit on the Panther. You know, we saw guys getting out and starting to repair. But he gave that Panther no room, no respite. Immediately getting into position to, you know, push and try to take something out. But man. Yeah, DC, I mean, this push is great because it kind of moves the front line ever closer. But man, I mean, FOC is making this a tough slog. You know, this is a battle right here. So, you know, since it is, let's get down to ground level and see what the hell's going on. So, I mean, guys doing their best to hold on. See what guys like Sneaky and Core and them can do. Once again, streamer's curse. It looks like FOC, they're flanking them. They probably know this outpost is up. Can't really tell if they're just going to camp it or if they're going to eventually take it out. But this is the battle right here. And like I said before, DC just trying to envelop them here, trying to wrap around. You know, Ninja Pulver, he just redeployed. You know, he just got a garrison up here. There's another garrison up here. I mean, just seeing the shift. Like, we saw the garrisons around A network. You know, they've taken those down. Now they're getting them up, you know, on the 2-3 line, and they have the 3 front lines facing rear to the Gare. So, it's not right now, but this is looking dicey for FOC. And I'm going to take the scoreboard down since we saw a Panther get, you know, taken out. Still pretty healthy on supplies. You know, 400s for munitions and manpower. Don't quite have enough to spawn another heavy. Well, I'm not sure if they already have one up. But, yeah. So, you know, still looking pretty strong for DC, especially with the garrison layout. But FOC not making it easy for them at all. And that garrison did just get lit up. And there are FOC guys in the area. So it could be risky, but like I said, just looking at this garrison placement, you know, they got plenty around A network. They have front lines, they have flanking. I mean, this is, you know, massive thumbs up. You know, excellent Gary placement and stuff so far. I'm wondering if that guy got a satchel off. Looks like some FSC guys are checking. Does not look like there's a satchel on that. Yeah, this back and forth battle. We have the same 76 as before, looking like he's found an enemy spawn. He's gonna wipe this. And he's nuking the Panther. Oh. Him and the other 76 working in tandem with each other. Paramax gets a shot off. Gets absolutely obliterated for his troubles. But that was pretty damn cool to see. You know, they had one 76 shoot, then the other 76 finished him off. So these guys have excellent tank coordination with each other. I mean, the real, the combined arms that FOC shows. I mean, I haven't seen, like, I've seen some excellent arty rounds go out. But, like, the fact that these tanks are, like, seemingly on one wavelength is amazing. How they're communicating to lay hand to each other. We are seeing some DC guys take this area right here, you know, southeast of Rue de la Guerre. You know, they push from this garrison. They finally cleared out stuff out here. So there's a lot of ground to cover to get to Rue de la Guerre, but the fact that these guys are going to be a thorn right here, that's huge. You know, it gives another flank for FOC to worry about. DC calling out, we need more AT guns. I mean, that's true. If your tanks can't get the job done alone, you know, it. And Faker's right. You know, these tanks are totally cool, just chilling and picking off Panthers as they push up. We do see repair station. I love seeing repair stations. I wish my team got up more repair stations. But. And the battle is officially over halfway over. So. If you're DC, I mean, it's a grind. It's rough. But, I mean, you have to just keep on grinding, dude. Like, you have to just keep on sending dudes on this front line. You know, keep on trying to push the door down. Because, like, eventually, like, I don't care what team it is. I mean, we have seen some examples of, you know, teams kind of holding out for a while. But if the offensive pressure is so great, you know, eventually DC is going to break the door down. You know, like in last year's seasonal, like TL, you know, really, they kind of made staples of, you know, taking a point and just holding it. You know, playing defensive warfare extremely well. Looks like this garrison way over to the west just got taken out. So real quick, I want to see if FOC is making some noise. And they are. So in order to frame this right, we're looking right in this area of the map. You know, some FOC guys starting to push in. Probably going to see some guys, you know, take this path, and maybe some guys kick a little wider. But we're going to start seeing some pressure get back on AA network. Although as soon as I say that, Rue de la Guerre is starting to get capped. So let's see if FOC can answer this. Because like I said, eventually, you know, FOC is going to try to make a play and, you know, get some pressure back. Looks like FOC answers though. They're getting some spawns back in. Yeah, just looking at this, you got, you know, FOC pushing up, you know, getting some spawns back, timely spawns. DC though taking ground, not giving FOC any respite. But like I said, getting some FOC guys, just making some pressure over here, bringing some guys back to AA network. Ooh, DC Ghost Recon. My man's clapping some cheeks over here. And he's going to get the Gary. So little plays like this is exactly what you need, you know, from DC if they want to have a shot at taking Rue de la Guerre. So, and there's a garrison up here that's wide open in enemy territory. So we might start seeing some cracks in FOC right now. Well, they do have a garrison, you know, right behind the point. But man, that opens up a whole new flank, and they're getting guys on it already. So I mean, little plays like this is what it's gonna be. Although there is a 76. He's starting to push in. Let's see if you can kind of nuke these guys as they push out from their garrison. Oh, the garrison's already dead. Damn, alright. But DC, they're getting some cap progress. So it's getting diminished. It's flashing. No, it's not. Man, I mean, give a hand to FOC, though. Or, I guess, put your hands together for FOC. I mean, this is kind of what I thought would happen. You know, DC would come in here, you know, be the better team on paper, but FOC would kind of show them, like, hey, like, you know, you're going to have to earn this one. You know, DC taking, I mean, we're 50 minutes into the match. DC still, you know, having a hell of a time. They are finally getting some bodies on the point. Looks like Commander's bombing run's coming in. Might be able to nuke this garrison. Yeah, that would be huge. Because now you got guys starting to enter the strong point, guys flanking around, lots of OPs. You know, let's see if this garrison gets absolutely bombed right here. So, coming in. There it is. Let's see it. Let's see if it happens. It does. Absolutely huge. Now, there are enough FOC guys to kind of block stuff off for a sec. But, man, it's going to be a tough battle. My man Fluff, is he going to get him with a nade? Oh, he timed that. My man with the cook. And like I said, we're getting guys, you know, starting to enter the point. Is DC going to make this one 4-1? FOC, though, looking kind of vulnerable right now. Of course, we did see that bomber run take out the garrison. But DC starting to finally push ahead. And DC, they do have kind of a leapfrog Gary, you know, but it is way over to the west, so you know, getting some guys spawning in and pushing is going to be kind of rough. But looks like it's going to be a 4-1. Although FOC, they have answered. Let us get back in here. Looks like an enemy bombing run, FOC bombing run coming in. They did get a garrison back up. That's huge. Oh boy. This bombing run, is it going to get a lot? Oh, it actually just missed the spawn. Oh my god. Little timing things like that. That's the difference between winning and losing and how they lose, folks. But Thorpe and Steven getting iced right there. You hear a tank rolling up. There he is. Let's see what this guy can do. Is he going to be FOC's saving grace here? Guys looking down the road. Don't really see anything down the road. Once again, DC, like they're like just making cap progress. Oh, he catches a rocket in the ass. Sees the threat. AA network just got contested for a sec. Oh man, all this shit's getting warm down here. I don't know, is FOC gonna have enough on defense? Oh man, look at this. FOC making a play. They must have had like an airhead or like a really good red zone garrison. Because now A network just got contested for a sec. Not seeing any cap progress yet. Oh, maybe with the rockets is getting ready to get a shot on the Panzer IV. Man, this little back and forth, because like we see both points. You know, they'll flash for a sec, they'll get a little bit of cap progress, it'll go away. So it looks like DC kind of answering in force here. And also, DC starting to cap Rue de la Guerre. So they might have caught FOC overextending a little bit, but then again, FOC, you know, they do have some decent amount of guys back here. I do hear a Panther. Yeah, here's our Panther. Rhaegor, Chikarian, and Faker. Yeah. These guys might be looking for that 76 we saw earlier. But look at, I mean... And it looks like the Panther does take out the 76 that's right over there. Yep. Well, there's another one. Pretty much right across the street from it. Yeah, both of these teams... It's just crazy to see how they react. And the Panther just got another kill. What did he kill over here? Alright, that was just a medium tank. Medium M4 Sherman. Yeah, just looking at this. Like, DC finally gained the ground. They are in the strong point. Now, this should be a cap right here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Panther nukes to Gary. He's going here. Oh, man. This is nutty. Panther just absolutely decimating any hopes for FOC right there. Oh, wait, no. The Gary's still up. A couple guys get on it. Panther also gets a kill. What is that? That's a Greyhound. You know what? This Panther's going on a tear right now. I mean, we just saw him like nuke the entirety of the team. It looks like DC. I mean, this is their point. I mean, that's all she wrote right there. Switch up the scoreboard. Actually, real quick, let's look at resources. Looking kind of light on manpower. Decent amount of fuel. Yeah, they got one Panther on the field, it looks like. They got plenty of munitions. I mean, they're going to be raining artillery all day. But, man. But just a long, grinding victory. You know, grind for the 4th point for DC. I mean, bravo. It took forever and a day to finally take Rue de la Guerre. So, massive hats off to FOC holding out for that long. I mean, like I said, when people think of DC, they think of, you know, one of the best clans on the planet. Although FOC, with keeping those 76s alive, I mean, they must have a surplus of fuel, and they already have 2 76s on the battlefield. So, you know, I wish my man King Wizzy would have been able to join me for the co-cast, and we would have seen like, exactly how much fuel FOC has. But, man, they got to be swimming in it, because these tanks, like, very rarely do they die. Like, we've been seeing this guy and that guy all day. So, looking for that to continue. Once again, DC just pushing on ahead. You know, we'll see if FOC can answer here. Do have Ninja Pulver and getting ratioed off to the west side. Yeah, let's kind of check out FOC's defense here. They do have guys on the front line. Oh, here comes a rocket. Nukes FOC's already. Yeah, this is the kind of defense that you want. You know, they have guys pushed away from the point. You know, they have a nice perimeter defense going on. So, you know, they got guys in this area going to be stopping these guys pushing up. You know, Able and Item Squad lead. I said they don't really have a lot facing that way, but eventually their presence is going to be known. But yeah, just seeing these teams kind of go at it. It was pretty badass. And we're just going to see this Panzer IV. He's going to dominate this road area. But just FOC, they are really quick to react. They already have a sizable force, you know, right in front of Le Grand Chemin. So I mean, like for DC, like it's already a steep hill to climb. You know, anytime that looks like a tank just went down, but anytime that, you know, the next point, you know, like DC captured de la Guerre, there's already plenty of dudes around Le Grand Chemin. So excellent to see that. Another rock coming in. Doesn't really get anything with that. Sorry, I just love seeing those rockets flying. Yeah, we are seeing DC. Like I said, they're just pushing. Like there's nothing pretty about it. Just get your guys, push from point to point. And they're just taking ground. I mean, the battle is now over an hour old, and you know, we're starting to see the, you know, the skill and the, I guess, experience of DC kind of coming in clutch here, starting to win the day. And like I said before, how the garrison placement was laid out, they pretty much had them here, they had them here, they had some here. Look how quick DC is. Here, I'm gonna get rid of the scoreboard for just a second, but look how quick DC is to just move everything up. Like this requires, you know, squad lead and commander coordination. Like this is awesome. Just seeing this, like having all of these garrisons just moving from like back in this area to up in this area. You know, this is awesome. I love seeing this. But, and because of that, look how quick DC is like on the doorstep. Like they're just slowly starting to push in. Yeah, I'm looking at the camera, you know, I'm kind of looking south. You know, over here by this radar dish, tons of DC guys. You know, DC, of course, the team in blue. You know, tons of guys to the west, guys pushing from the south. You know, eventually we're going to see DC kind of envelop this. So, I mean, for FOC, they're going to have to kind of get some kind of airhead. You know, going to have to do something in order to break this little stalemate here. well, not stalemate, but kind of break the little avalanche that DC's setting up right now. Look at this. They got 2 Panthers rolling. This is awesome. We're going to see the coordination going on here. I mean, Panthers just pound in this game. Like, whenever you get 2 of them up, it's so lethal, so powerful, so strong. And they even have... They're sitting at 870 fuel, so if one of these goes down, it's like replacing this thing is absolutely no problem. Once again, we're seeing FOC, like, quickly reacting to stuff. You know, okay, they got nukes, like, over in the eastern portion of the map. Okay, now they're just flooding Lagrange in, starting to get some guys pushing away from the point. They're having a healthy dose of HQ spawn right now. Like, they're not going to make this easy for DC. But DC, though, I mean, in this match, they have been up to the task. You know, very patiently, very methodically, you know, pushing around. And zoom around the battlefield. You know, this is the eastern side. You know, I mean, this is... It's just going to be a dogfight for the last, you know, 24 minutes, but... You know, we're seeing DC, they could end this earlier. Starting to get some guys pushing down the pike. Let's see what's going on over here. Yeah, they have a nice push over here. So, let me zoom on in and see what's happening. I mean, yeah, you're getting guys running right down the main road into Lagrange Chemin. I mean, look at this force. I mean, this is awesome. But, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a dogfight, though. You know, as we see some guys getting traded. Ghost Recon. He's pushing in, serious. The Giga Chat himself. Just saw some guy clip that. That was awesome. Man, Sirius getting some shovel kills in a previous match against 38th Infantry Division. But these guys just slowly getting in. That's serious. Might add some streamer's curse there, but sorry my guy. But yeah, FOC. I mean, we're gonna see these guys try and hold off. Oh, man. Seeing the looks push on in. He's gonna create some mayhem. So that's actually our boy Quicknicks. The guy that was on Artie. I mean, technically I was in an Artie squad for this match, but yeah, my man's coming in strong. Going with the Wild Bill jamming play. So might be able to find some spawn points. And that's a DC bombing run. Man, we might be seeing it here. Oh, hell yeah. Although a massive, that just missed the Gary. Yeah, I mean, we could see the DC guys. You just see them pushing in southern part, southwestern part of the point. And I mean, we see them right in front of us. They're getting right into this point. So I'm wondering if the Lux is going to find this Gary. Yep, just took it out. That's looking like GG. So 76 over here. Real quick, just want to see this tank fight. Whereas the Panther's right there. Panther going to get him? Panther gets a turret shot, doesn't kill him. That's what I mean, like these FOC guys, these guys are amazing tankers. And they've been going toe to toe, you know, 76 versus Panther all day long. Uh-oh. I don't like that sound. Oh, no. Man, if he would have called that east to west or west to east, oh, that could have been devastating. All these dudes in the tank. Oh, we just saw a flash. FOC not giving up. I mean, looking at this, they're getting tons of dudes spawning in the 76. If he can get there in time. Oh, man. He can nuke this. Looks. Oh, I missed. No, that's the bats get in before he kills him. Oh. Insane. Wow. DC bringing home a 5-0 victory over FOC. I mean, this is awesome. Wow. I mean, DC coming in, grinding it out. You know, FOC did not make it easy on them whatsoever. So, huge props to FOC on that one. I mean, yeah, it was a 5-0, but I mean, that was 70 minutes of mayhem. I mean, you had one tank crew putting up 3,500. Let's find these. Okay, so these guys only had 1,500 combat effectiveness. That's kind of wild. My squad had only just 1,500. Maybe they were just focused on taking out tanks. Because it seemed like just about everywhere I looked, you know, FOC was, you know, dealing Panthers some damage. You know, Sirius had a good game from the DC side. Soul Raver. Ninja Pulver had a really good game for a squad lead. With Sapsky, my man was nuking Artie. So, you know, damn good game from both teams. But, man. Wow, getting some followers and stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah. now the damn things are gonna start popping in. Scout Cup, thank you for subscribing, my guy. But man. What a battle. What an absolute battle. Yeah, if you're FOC, I mean, you can't hang your head. I know I wasn't quite expecting a DC, you know, 5-0 right there. I was kind of expecting more like a 3-2 or like a 4-1. But man, that was awesome. Getting some more follows. Thank you guys very much. But you know, FOC made them earn every single inch. Like, you know, of course DC, yeah, they took A network. They were able to, you know, kind of win that cap pretty easily. Well, not easily. FOC did make it kind of tough on them, but you know, that initial like really strong push from FOC, you know, sending a lot of guys to the strong point, you know, getting kind of wiped a little early. You know, DC weathered the storm there, you know, had the 3-2 advantage. Never really gave it up. And DC was able to, like, once they captured, they were able to push the front line, you know, right up to, you know, FOC's doorstep. So, you know, seeing that, you know, FOC being kind of on the back foot after that, you know, they responded very strongly. Like, they maintained a front line for a very long time. And it took DC pretty much all the way to, like, you know, the 55-minute to the hour mark to finally break through and capture Rue de la Guerre. So, you know, excellent play. You know, I saw some messages that, you know, FOC's machine gun play was extremely strong. Certainly looked that way. Saw a lot of guys get clapped. Saw a lot of guys, crossing fields, crossing hedgerows and stuff. A lot of tracers flying around. And then the 76s, their combat effectiveness might not have been too high. Maybe they weren't really focusing on infantry. But, I mean, repeatedly in that battle, we saw Panthers get wiped. So, yeah. So, I mean, huge props to FOC. It's, like I said, I figured FOC would give DC a run for their money. And it definitely looks like FOC has kind of cemented their place as like one of the dark horses of the first stage for the seasonal. Unfortunately, they ran into DC. DC went, like I said, once again, kind of proving that they're the creme de la creme of Hell Let Loose. Up there with some of the higher echelon clans. So, does this result surprise me? No, but I am glad to see FOC, going toe to toe with, probably one of the better Hell Let Loose clans out there. So looking forward to see what FOC does now. Whether they can, ride this into the second win to get them into the next stage of the seasonal. Let's see who they fight next week. Definitely going to be some losers, some guys with their first loss as well. So I think it's going to be interesting. So, hats off to both teams. It's going to be a fun seasonal. I think so. Of course, DC, they're 2-0. They're moving on to the next stage, no problem. FOC will have to win next week to make it into the next stage. Which, for those of you who don't know, it's a double elimination. Basically a double elimination, double advance. So if you lose 2 games, you're out of it. If you win 2 games, you move on. So, of course, DC is 2-0. They're moving on. FOC is 1-1, so they'll have to play probably against another 1-loss team. So, yeah. Anyways, absolutely excellent match. About a 70 something minute showdown for on St. Marie de Mont. So once again, everybody who's tuned in, everybody who's followed, thank you so much. Doing these casts, for the HCA, did some Greyhound nights, seasonal. Might be doing some 18v18 tournament, might be doing some what is it? So the Australian tournament, the APA. Gonna be a lot of stuff that we're casting. So, if you guys really enjoy what you saw, if you have any feedback, definitely hit me in the chat. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Of course, I have been Colonel Matthews with the 10th Mountain Division. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and hopefully all these other matchups that are in, the seasonal live up to the hype. So, thank you guys very much, and I'll be catching you guys next time.